70% of Filipinos live below the poverty line. Yet medicine prices are some of the highest in Asia, second only to Japan.
70 or 80%, I think, of the entire pharmaceutical industry is controlled by this association of pharmaceutical companies, mostly multinationals, which have dictated prices that are really obscene. Sometimes prices go up to not only 10 times, 100 times, or even more than that, from the original price that they have been selling it in other countries.
Lola and her husband, who both suffer from hypertension, struggle to afford the medicines they need.
Pakiramdam mo, kumusta? Ang pakiramdam mo daw, kumusta? Pakiramdam mo, kumusta?
Mabuti.
Mabuti naman.
Medyo mabigat pa rin ang ulo ko.
Medyo mabigat
Pag lumalakad ako, balat.
It is the second biggest cause of death in the Philippines, I think. Cardiac arrests and hypertension. I don't want to think that living is a privilege in this country. Living is a right, you know? I mean, it just enraged me to think that these multinationals can price their way with the government agreeing and thus depriving us of that right to live.
The issue of the price of medicine is something close to many poor people's heart. It's an everyday question for them.
Pagka nag-shoot up yung blood pressure niya.
Kasi nga, dapat yan araw-araw nga. Pinapalyan na ng isa kasi mahal nga, hindi namin kaya. Pinapalyan na isang araw.
It's about making medicines that people need in order to survive illness, to be healthy, to live a longer and happier life within their means. It's about making these medicines accessible to Filipinos, primarily through the mechanism of price. Citizens' direct actions of groups like 3CPNet are very dramatic, and I think somehow are able to make clearer that this is really a human interest issue.
We used this during our first big mobilization at the Makati Regional Trial Court. We had several actors, performers with costumes like for patients, doctors, patients in wheelchairs.
We had internet discussions, and later on in the campaign, we were developing popular materials like comics to be able to explain the issue to the community groups who were part of the network. And actually one group, the Zone 1 Tondo organization, has actually written songs. They have a youth band which has been singing their own compositions regarding the issue.
Issues have always been there. You just have to think of different means, creative means of getting your message across to the public. Because when you just go out in the streets and then say like, pass House Bill 635, they wouldn't care.
The campaign relies on the work of community groups like Zotto, headed up by Uli Golano.
Sa bawat areas ng Soto, meron kami mga quick reaction teams composed of 20 to 40 persons na pwedeng pumunta sa anytime sa kongreso o kaya sa korte para sumuporta doon sa ating safe and affordable medicine.
Total, papasok naman tayo sa electoral. Ang magandang gamitin ngayon ng eleksyon. Halimbawa, lahat ng anti-sabi. Huwag iboto. I-expose nyo sa ano.
Nakikita ko yung kasi sa Soto, ngayon pa lang kami nag-uumpisa ng mga lobbying work, media work. Parang ito nagiging challenge sa akin ngayon. Paano yung pagharap sa camera, pagharap sa mga tao.
It is not in the campaign that we're interested in. We're interested in the stories of these people affected by these issues.
There was this woman that a reporter was able to interview. And she was able to crystallize to our audience the meaning of not having access to cheap medicine.
All you need is a really one dramatic, strong story.
Really, without the community people that is behind this work and willing to make themselves visible and speak up on the issue, it will just be another dry issue in the newspapers. And I think that's the art that we needed to learn out of it to make the social aspirations tangible, visible, and something that could really be achieved.
Hold fast. Big Pharma all over the world is watching us. It's not just we who are apprehensive. They have more fear than us because our proposals make sense. Let's create that domino effect in more and more developing countries. Let's link up with our, through people-to-people solidarity with other sections of the populations in developed countries who do believe health is a human right. Health is something that we can achieve in our lifetime and that we should leave for our children and the next generations.